Good morning, and thank you for joining us again for Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Joanne Toronto.
And I'm Tom Matthews. And this week we are going to be talking about how buyers should be selecting home inspectors. And Joanne's going to kick it off for us.
So home inspectors in the state of Massachusetts are licensed. They have a very deep, they have a lot of experience. The path to become a licensed home inspector is not easy. And that's a good barrier for entry into the industry. But any licensed home inspector can be found on the Division of Professional Licensure. They have a listing of all of these home inspectors in the state. And it's a great place to be able to verify a license, but to be honest, the list is overwhelming. There are a lot of inspectors out there. And depending on where you are, geographically, that list will work itself down naturally. But what we like to do from a buyer's agent capacity is to help assemble the team. And I know we've talked about this in some of our other videos about, the importance of having the great team from start to finish. And selecting a home inspector is no different than that. So, with our 17 years of experience, we have met lots of inspectors that we have had work with our buyers, inspectors that we have met when we are representing the seller and attending a home inspection. So we've had the opportunity to build some deep relationships and really identify people that we think do a great job on the home inspection.
And what we look for are home inspectors that are thorough. They take their time. So typically a home inspection should take between 2 and 4 hours, who explain things to you, but keep it in perspective, because the job of a home inspector is to find problems. There's always going to be problems, but we want them to find you the honey-do list, but we also want to identify issues that the day after closing, if you need to allocate money to an issue, that's the purpose of a home inspection.
Right.
Because we want to make sure that if you're putting 5, 10, 15, 20, or all buying it in cash, you may not have a ton of reserves afterwards. And we want to make sure that you're in a proper position. So that's like the home inspector's job. So Joanne and I have whittled down this list of thousands of home inspectors down to about 5 that we will give to our clients once they have an accepted offer, so that they can make an appointment. Their cost is all very similar. And we want people to have a nice, thorough, well-attended home inspection and have someone who's going to explain to them things that sound reasonable. So,
and explain things in a way that you can understand them, because when you're looking at homes and you have, let's say, for example, you haven't owned a home before, or you've owned a condo and not a single family, there are different nuances to every single home. And being able to go through that home inspection with a person who's not only knowledgeable, but has the ability to explain to you, how to maintain something, or what to look out for when this particular item does that, or if you hear something like this. I think that, a good home inspector is not only super knowledgeable, but they're personable, and they are people who want to see people, take care of their homes, address items that come up, and continue to maintain the property so that the next time a home inspection comes around, you're in a great position to get through a home inspection with somebody else buying your property.
and it's important to ask the home inspectors if they take photos of the home, if those photos will be included in the report. You want to know if they'll be able to test for radon gas. Will they be using canisters, or do they have a monitoring machine that gets done in 48 hours? Can they test for well water? Can they test for mold? Can they test for lead paint? This is your opportunity to do due diligence, and you want to make sure that you have a team in place that will inspect all the things that you, the buyer, want to inspect. And we just want our buyers out there to be informed and to know what their rights are.
And the final piece is that it's really important that you attend your home inspection. So when that time comes that, it's 2 to 4 hours, you might have to take a half day off from work. You might have to take a whole day off from work. But it's really important that you attend the inspection, because we all know that when you read something, it feels and sounds different than when you actually experience, or when you're talking to somebody face to face. So home inspection reports can be really overwhelming to read. They have redlined items that, maybe aren't such a big deal or that are an easy fix. But if you're not there to understand the nature of these issues, then, you're really at a disadvantage when you're reading that home inspection report, and it can become scary. So our recommendation is that, we attend the inspection with you, that you attend it, in the totality of it, and really use it as an opportunity to learn about the house, and not necessarily kind of the time when you find everything that's wrong with the house, because even new construction homes have problems. And it's not about, finding every last problem. It's about being warm, safe, and dry, and being able to enjoy the property and maintain it and upkeep it the way that it needs.
Thank you, Joanne. This was a great synopsis of a home inspection, how to select a home inspection, and we thank everyone for their time today. I'm Tom Matthews.
I'm Joanne Toronto. Thanks for joining us. Cheers.